Hello and welcome to the show. The main story today is there's nothing to worry about when it comes to Joe Biden. It's not like he's elderly and reads everything that's on a teleprompter cue clip.
It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line.
At this point in Joe Biden's presidency, don't put things on a teleprompter if you don't want him to read it. He's going to read it.
End of quote. Repeat the line.
Look at the poor sods either side of him. Kamala Harris, who's just being sort of melted away into stasis, and this other bloke who's clinging on to a bit of optimism just have to sort of stand there knowing, oh God, he's just said, repeat line. What shall I do with my face? While the President of the United States of America, the world's most powerful man, reads stuff out just because it's there.
Repeat the line.
What if it said on that teleprompter, in this conflict with Russia and Ukraine, this proxy war that we're carrying on because there's a sublimated resource war, because there's been a campaign since 2014 to destabilise that region, because NATO essentially operates as an arms dealer since the collapse of the Soviet Union, I've decided that we have to have a global revolution, totally dissolve the structures of power that operate within the United States. If someone puts that on a teleprompter, he'll just read it. To overthrow the government, you don't have to have a coup in the capital that seems to worry people sick, even if people wear fancy hats. You just have to get into his computer, type out I resign, and he'll do it.
Women are not without electoral and or political or maybe precise.
Look, let me be precise. It's not and or. It's and or. You just say one of those.
Not and or political power.
It's sort of like craning in now. Maybe if I, instead of reading this teleprompter, maybe if I eat it?
Or political power.
I mean, which sense should I be using to react to it? What is it? You read teleprompters and you sniff child's head. That's it. Read teleprompter, sniff child's head. No. You read a child's head and you sniff a teleprompter. What's wrong with this teleprompter? This don't sniff of presidential power.
Repeat the line.
What I like about this clip here is Joe Biden tries to convey a degree of humility. Like he tries to say, sometimes when I hear, all hail to the chief play, I think, oh, where's the president? Where's the president? Obviously, what he's trying to convey there is a degree of humility. Oh, I don't think of myself as a president. But it's probably best not to use that when your presidency has been somewhat defined by an air of senility. Because if you say, oh, where's Joe Biden? Where's Joe Biden? People won't think, God, this guy's humble. They'll think, this guy's experiencing extreme mental decline.
Well, folks, you don't have to stand every time I hear hail to the chief wonder, where the hell is he?
Where is I? Where is I? I is inside of I? Is the I that looks at God the same as the I with which God looks at me? What is the subject-object relationship? What is the nature of consciousness? Where am I? These ain't my sunglasses?
Took me a long while. You think I'm joking? I'm not.
I didn't think he was joking. I thought you were having a fucking mental breakdown. That's part of the problem.
Turn around and where's the president?
President is there. You are him. That's why we're all so fucking terrified.
You think I'm joking? I'm not.
Don't worry though, if something does happen to Joe Biden, Kamala Harris is immediately ready to step into his place. Kamala Harris, that's the solution. Finally, democracy works.
When you look back, did Democrats fail past Democratic presidents?
It's good that she's being interviewed by sort of a Jimmy Carr ventriloquist puppet.
Congressional leaders to not codify Roe v. Wade.
I think that, to be very honest with you, I do believe that we should have rightly believed, but we certainly believed.
So you believe that we should rightly have believed that we do believe. How many layers of belief do you have? And how many layers of belief do we need in order to place some trust in the institutions of democracy? I'm not criticising these individual characters. It's because what's the point of it? If you don't have Biden and Kamala Harris, you'll have another couple of people that are comparable. You'll have another person that's an inept symbol of state power, an inept person that spins in the revolving door between Washington, Wall Street, big tech, corporate, lobbyist money. If you don't have these individuals, you'll have someone else. But the fact is that if your primary role is to be a good communicator, essentially an actor playing out the role of a politician with no real administrative power, because anything you do that actually positively impacted the ordinary folk of America would be vetoed by your corporate sponsors, by lobbyists, by the funders of the Democrat Party, at least be able to sort of talk proper when you're on the telly.
Certain issues are just settled. Certain issues are just settled.
Clearly, we're not.
No, that's right. And that's why I do believe that we are living, sadly, in real unsettled times.
The issues are settled, but sadly, the times is unsettled. Issue settled, time unsettled, there's your problem. It's certainly not that you've got people in really prominent political positions that don't even know how to talk.
I do believe that we should have rightly believed, but we certainly believe.
A new poll from the New York Times and Siena College show that most Democrats do not want President Joe Biden to seek another term in 2024. The survey showed that 64% of Democratic primary voters do not think that the incumbent president should seek another term. What does he want? What's he getting out of this? How many days has he got left in him? He's not Mephistopheles. Among the reasons Democrats give for not wanting Mr. Biden to run again, 33% cite his age. Yep, that's a problem. 32% cite job performance. Conversely, 12% say they prefer someone new and 10% say Mr. Biden's not progressive enough. Donald Trump criticised Biden for his lack of mental sharpness on his networking platform Truth Social. President Biden is one of the oldest 79s in history, but by and of itself, he is not an old man, he said. There are many people in their 80s and even 90s that are as good and as sharp as ever, like me. Biden's not one of them, but it has little to do with his age. In actuality, life begins at 80. Biden has been plagued by low poll numbers due to rising inflation and gas prices, along with dissatisfaction with how the United States exited the war in Afghanistan. I suppose what I feel primarily about Joe Biden and his presidency is that it's not a distinct enough change from what precedes it, that it's essentially, as he said when campaigning, more of the same, nothing to be worried about when it comes to the Democratic Party donors. The fact that there was so much consternation, conflagration, fanfare, nonsense dancing in the street for this, it seems to me ridiculous. I don't want to be unsympathetic to a person that's sort of elderly and a human being and that's undergone suffering like we'll all undergo and have undergone suffering and will die like all of us. Apparently not for a while though, he's got a few more terms in him. It's just, the fact is to me that it's just a ludicrous, theatrical, preposterous endeavour that's, you know, like even in the best case scenario is only going to be followed by a comparable one in the case of Kamala Harris, a sort of circuit of words. I believe that belief is belief, and I believe you in the belief hole. I believe that rightly we did believe, but do you believe in a thing called love?
Repeat the line.
In a way, we're just having a bit of fun at Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's expense. But what expense do they exact from us in these ridiculous theatrical practices that pass instead of democracy? It's ludicrous that a person in a position of power like that doesn't know how to read a teleprompter. Keep speaking, Russell. It's nearly the end of the show. Phil, Russell, Phil. See, even I can get past little problems like that. What Americans deserve is a proper democracy. The kind of people you have in the positions of president and vice president ought to be good communicators that live in the service of ordinary Americans, rather than corporate puppets that don't even work properly when you pull their strings. But that's just what I think. What do you think? If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. Give it a thumbs up. Sign up to the mailing list so I can tell you about all the fantastic changes we're making. That's why the sets changed. That's why my outfit's changed in the middle of a video. Did you think we're going crazy? Is it a conspiracy? Am I controlled opposition? Why have you got a 33 tattoo? We're doing some fantastic stuff. Sign up to our mailing list. I need to be in direct contact with you in case this algorithm tries to mess us up. If you liked it, watch one of these two. They're both fantastic. Turn on the notification bell right now. We make videos every day at the moment, but that could change any day now. Stay connected, stay beautiful, stay with us, stay free.